No, they never told me it was all a secret. I'm sure I'm allowed to talk about it.
Ooh.
We could say, whoa.
Whoa.
Black that out. They'll come find me for sure.
Okay. So I'm doing something a little bit different than a lot of our other stuff.
How dare you?
This one's just a missing persons, which
Okay,
is
I'm
fun.
not against.
Like, it's interesting. It catches my
They're
attention.
probably dead.
Also,
That was rude of me.
this is... It was a little rude.
Okay, I'll shut up.
The case is still open, so, you know, if their family listens
Is it
to this,
recent?
they're just going
Their
to...
family's not going to listen.
They're just going to be... I mean, it happened in 2001. And...
That's basically 20 years ago.
Yeah, but
Think about
it happened
that.
right in our backyard.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I forgot we had a theme.
Kind of a theme. Yeah, for mine and then yours that you're going to be doing next week. Because remember, we're doing them in different releases.
Let's fool the listeners.
So this is the story of Cindy Song.
I want to name my kid that.
You probably shouldn't.
Find me a kid.
Just pick up a random kid on the street.
You think I'm going to birth a kid? You're mistaken. All right.
Okay. Cindy Song, date of birth 2/25/1980. She grew up in South Korea. She is a Korean.
Okay.
She left South Korea in 95. This is 1995. Just so you don't get confused.
The year I was born.
Shut up.
People know how old I am now. Don't round up. It's not my birthday yet. I'm done.
So you just gave people your age, and they're going to figure out roughly the area where you live.
But okay, listen
You're not
to
painting
this.
a good picture for
There's
yourself
at least
online.
another Caitlin in the area, same age. You know her very well. She's Jim's girlfriend.
I'm not going to say anything else.
Great.
Okay, so Cindy Song left South Korea in 95 to go to Virginia to live with her aunt and her uncle. Easy peasy.
Wait,
Then
she leaves
South Korea.
to come to Virginia.
And she moves to Virginia and lives with her aunt and uncle.
When did her aunt and uncle come to Virginia?
As far as I know, they were just there.
Okay.
Okay?
How'd the family get
Why
so
are you
split
attacking
up?
me like this?
I'm just going to shut up. For probably 2 minutes.
Okay. So she finishes high school. She ends up at the point in her life where she needs to go to college. So she chooses to be an arts major at Penn State University.
Wow.
Wow.
My aunt did that. She dropped out.
Oh. Well, I think Cindy would have finished if she was able to.
Okay.
So while she was going to Penn State, just a little side note, she was working 2 jobs, so she wasn't lazy.
Good for her.
Her friends would also go on to say that she's hardworking and responsible, and she was an independent woman.
That would have been
Did
good.
you just turn away from the mic to burp?
I was trying to be polite. You were
That's
speaking.
very uncharacteristic of you.
It's because I didn't even make it 2 minutes without talking already. It was like maybe 20 seconds. I'm like, I shouldn't
Okay.
burp in the microphone.
Yeah, but I feel like we're building up a fan base of loyal, burp
I have
listeners.
no manners, pretty much,
I know. Okay. Enter Halloween 2001.
Okay.
Okay.
I was probably a witch.
Okay.
Could have been the year I was a cheerleader.
I can't
I'm sure it was
imagine.
my mom's fault.
Okay. 2001, she's getting ready to go to a costume party with her 2 friends. Probably going to say her last name wrong, but Stacy Pyack and Lisa Kim.
Okay.
They're going to go to Players Nightclub for a costume party, and she dresses up, Cindy dresses up as a bunny.
Cute.
Apparently
Oh,
it was
a trend.
Apparently it was a cute little bunny costume, according to a friend. Not a sexy one, just a cute
Not
one.
like a Playboy bunny.
Well, I read it was a Playboy costume.
Wow.
But-
Again, it's 2001.
Maybe people have different opinions on what is cute and what's sexy. I don't know. Now, the trio stayed out until around 2 a.m. Then they landed at a friend's house to play video games at around 4 a.m.
Okay.
It sounds like a hoot and a half.
Can I just say
But-
how grumpy I was to be up past midnight last night for like the second time in the past 6 months or so? How do people stay up late? I don't get it.
I think I've only been up past midnight once in the last year, and it was just to play video games by myself. So maybe I'm living my life wrong.
Probably.
Okay.
Okay.
So here we are, 4 a.m. Stacy and Cindy leave this friend's house where they're sitting playing video games. They've been drinking all night, obviously.
Sure, it's Halloween.
So Stacy drops Cindy off at her home, waves goodbye, and drives away without seeing Cindy enter her apartment. Who does that? I mean, I would wait. I feel like it's just courteous. But that's the last time anyone ever saw
I don't
Cindy.
know. I'm not really a good friend, so I'd probably be like, although the other night I almost thought my neighbors were like sketching Emily out when she was living. I was like, do you want me to walk you to your car? Because now they're sketching me out a bit. They just kept like driving up to their apartment, leaving, driving up to their apartment, leaving, driving. She's like, they're drug dealers. Like, no,
Probably.
they just always park in front of their building. But it was like a 2-hour period and they just kept coming and going. Something weird. Maybe they're just doing laundry though at night.
Maybe. Who knows?
I'll shut up now.
Anywho, since this is the last time Cindy was seen, a couple days pass. There was an investigation at her apartment. I don't know what word I was going to say there.
Department.
In her department. So they would go in and they would find eyelashes that she removed that was part of her costume. She had fake eyelashes on. They were on the counter in her bathroom. So she had to have gone into the apartment to take those off. Her backpack was in her room that she had taken with her, and her cell phone was also in her backpack. So it seems like she came home, she took off these eyelashes for some reason, she dropped her backpack off, she left her apartment and locked it behind her and never came back. They didn't find any other piece of her costume left behind. They also didn't find her purse. So all of her like ID and credit cards and stuff were still missing. Police basically was like, where would a girl this age go at 4 a.m. when she gets home from drinking? A lot of people would say like she probably went to go get food. She's probably starving. Because when you're drunk,
Yeah.
you get
I mean,
a desire to eat like fatty food.
how though? Like, what is necessarily open at that time? I guess like McDonald's probably, or like Sheetz. I don't know how popular all that was like 20 years ago in the area.
Well, at this time, it was Snappies.
Oh,
Yeah, and there's
forgot because we barely have any of those here anymore.
yeah. So
I'm sure they were like 24 hours.
there was actually a Snappies like right down the road from her apartment, and her friends said it really wasn't out of the ordinary to see her go there at all times of night.
Okay.
So I feel like it's definitely possible. Now there was a Ferguson Township detective on the case.
Wait, did you say? Did she just like live downtown? Do you know? Did it say anything like that?
I don't know the name of the streets, but it's by one of the Giants. The original Giant, not the new one that they built. There's a Giant and there's a Snappies right down the road from that. Her apartment building was close by. I guess all she had to do was like cross the street and walk like 2 blocks down. I did have a map of it up, and I was going to just like screenshot it to
It's
bring
the
it
only
up.
other Giant, not the new one in the area, the one like behind the bowling alley.
I believe
that
so.
one?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, she.
I don't remember the former Snappies, but
Okay.
it's been a while. I was a young
So I mean,
little.
it seems entirely possible that you would come home drunk.
Yeah.
She probably was just like, "Fuck these eyelashes," and now I just want like, I don't know, a soda and a hot dog or something. I have no idea.
Sure.
But she just never came
Sounds
back.
like what I almost always want. I don't need any alcohol to get me there.
That's fair.
A cheese hot dog, though.
Okay, so after looking into her phone records, there was no calls in or out, no activity on her credit cards, and they got into her email, and there was nothing suspicious in there. So now you just have this girl that just seems like she just walked away from her life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, her friends say that she was too responsible just to leave. She would have also been too responsible to maybe commit suicide because that was a popular theory.
Okay.
I guess she had just gone through a breakup from one of her. Well, I don't think it was a super long relationship, but it was, enough to make it suck. But there was a search of the wooded areas nearby. Nothing was found. So if she did commit suicide, she would need help from other people to hide it that well, or she probably would
Sure.
have been found
Right.
fairly easily. So that kind of rules that out. A couple days after this search happens in Philadelphia's Chinatown district, there was a sighting of someone that seemed to match her description. A lady was just seen crying and yelling for help. Now, the only eyewitness to this did go to the police, had a sketch done, and it was very basic, an olive to light brown complexion male with medium hair length. It's just
It's how all sketches
yeah.
are half the time, unless there's a really distinctive feature.
So obviously this isn't distinctive. This person's not a suspect, but it kind of does match the description of someone that we're going to talk about a little later. Okay. So again, suicide was ruled out just because it doesn't seem like if she came home and she had plans to commit suicide, you think she probably would have changed out of her Halloween costume because it didn't seem to be very comfortable. If she had, like, if she was meeting up with other people, or she just would have committed suicide in her apartment.
Right.
Now, there was an eyewitness to a guy named Hugo Selinski, which apparently ever since his young years, at this point in time in his life, he's like 40. He was like a bank robber, suspected serial killer in Pennsylvania. This Paul Weekly guy just played the role as an informant here in this story, and he was outing Selinski on unrelated things, which would be the assault of Michael Kurkowski Sr.
What a name.
Police started looking into this guy, would end up going to his place in, I think it's Luzerne County, Pennsylvania, and they actually find corpses buried in his yard. So two corpses are of Michael Kurkowski Jr., which is this guy's son,
Okay.
and his girlfriend, what's her name? Tammy Fassett. So apparently this eyewitness again, I keep saying eyewitness, informant, Paul Weekly, says that Kurkowski and Hugo Selinski had actually picked up Cindy on her way to this convenience store because they took her for a sex worker. So I don't know what to believe about that. The story goes is they picked her up, drove her back to Selinski's house. Apparently he had a very nice house. They kept her in a walk-in safe. And if they thought she was a sex worker, most likely had their way with her.
Sure.
They kept her in there until she died. Then they buried her somewhere off of his property. Now that's a little shady for another reason because the police found 7 corpses buried on his property. None of them match Cindy's DNA.
Okay.
So why would he change
Right.
his methods? Now, this information came out because I guess this Kurkowski fella kept her bunny ears from her costume as like a trophy. And Hugo got mad and killed him and his girlfriend.
Sure. That's what you do.
So
Find everyone
it's a
associated.
little bit of a weird timeline. This Hugo guy seems to be a giant pile of shit either way.
Most people named Hugo probably are. I'm only making that assumption because of Hugo from Bub's Burgers.
That's fair.
Anyways.
This guy also is a slippery snake. He got acquitted of pretty much all the charges for all the bodies except for Kurkowski and his girlfriend. So 5 other bodies, they were just like, he's fine. But these 2, no. So he did land himself in prison for life for that. He's still a suspect in the Cindy Song case. And I tried finding some more theories, but it seems like the internet is just full of conspiracy theories when it comes to this.
Sure.
Those
are fun, though.
I read multiple threads, just comment threads on like blogs talking about this. And it would be like one person would respond being like, hey, I knew Cindy. I worked with her. Here's what I think happened. Like someone followed her home and she let them in and then they left and then someone, that person had killed her. But then they would like change, they would edit their thing like 3 posts down and be like, nope, never mind. She killed herself. I have information. Email me. I'd love to talk about it. So I just kind of gave up and just stuck with the big, like, overlying topics of suicide seems unlikely.
Right.
It seems like her being abducted is definitely more likely. Whether or not it was Hugo Stilinski or not, I don't know. But a lot of this, now I just want to give a little bit of information on the website that I got this from. Most of the information was gotten from a website called charlieproject.org, which is just a database of missing persons files. And of course, if you have any information, conspiracy theory or not, you can contact the Ferguson Police Department at 1-800-479-0050.
I know some of those guys.
Well,
I helped with the drug bust unintentionally while working one night.
Wow.
She was just shoplifting.
Oh.
I don't... No, they never told me it was all a secret. I'm sure I'm allowed to talk about it.
Ooh.
We could say, whoa. Black that out. They'll come find me for sure. A certain someone at work told me not to talk about it. So naturally, I went and told a bunch of people. I was like, guess what just happened?
And then you talk about it on a podcast.
Whoopsies.
You're fine.
They don't...
I'm going to forget to block it out, and then you're just going to get fired. I love how you're just staring at the monitor right now.
I just thought I would get fired for something better than my mouth, I guess. I don't know what other option there would be for me. All right, I'll shut up. I just thought it was cool. I had an in with the Ferguson Township Police.
That's okay.
Not really. They're going to be like, who are you?
Maybe.
Like, don't you remember that one time?
Maybe someone's going to listen to this and be like, I got some info. They're going to contact the Ferguson Police Department. And then they're going to listen to it. And they're going to hear that little tidbit from you and be like, I think I remember that girl. She was here and here.
Probably
and she said
old
something
white
about
men,
this.
you know.
Okay.
Some of them are younger.
That drink's really starting to kick in.
It's almost gone. I'm probably going to have to pee during the middle of me talking. I'm going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Press pause. Boys. Anyways, I don't have anything else. Did you have anything to chime in on?
I was mainly doing that throughout it. And then there were, towards the end, it was like, try your hardest to stop interrupting.
Interrupting's fine. I don't mind.
Other people in my life are like, could you stop?
Have some respect. Anyway, I think that's all for this.
Okay. I don't think I necessarily have anything to really contribute other than rambling on about conspiracies.
I kind of like reading about missing persons. Conspiracies, not so much.
You should watch Unsolved Mysteries.
Woo.
Although, I don't know. Sometimes they find like the dead body. They just don't always know what happened.
Yeah. I think I've seen a couple episodes whenever I was a wee lad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's like 20-something seasons back in the day. Netflix picked it up and is doing new ones now.
I was going to say it went away for a while and now it's back. Okay.
They
Maybe I'll have to check
realized
it out.
you got to hop on the bandwagon of streaming services. It's the only way people like to watch TV now.
Well, yeah, there's no other good way to watch TV. Who wants to watch TV on a schedule? Not everyone's a psychopath like you and blocks out certain days of the week. I gotta watch Big Brother.
That was for a specific show. It's called addiction and obsession, and you don't even care, but you just can't help it. You do care. That's
Whatever.
Unrelated to anything. Now they know my biggest secret of life. That's not a secret because I tell people, I'm like, get out of my house if this show is on.
Everyone knows everything about you now. You are a target.
I've already had some issues with stalkers. Please don't stalk me.
Okay. Well, that's a good note to end it on. So
they've all been older white males.
Unfortunately, I don't know the demographic that listens to us, so you might still be safe. I don't know.
Who knows?
Could be like 12-year-old
and
girls
if
that
it's
listen
that guy
to us.
that moved to Maryland, no. Stop listening. We don't need your support.
Okay.
He's probably too old to know what a podcast is.
Probably. Okay.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Okay.
Tschüss.
Okay.
Ciao.
Oh, all right. See ya. Bye.